All right, I believe we're live. Yo, what's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Datascape. My name is Prodigy, and this is my friend Noir Lil Bomber, who is the co-host of the podcast. So, we have a lot to talk about today. We have quite a bit to talk about. I know you guys have seen across social media for the past 24, 36 hours, somewhere around there. Like, you guys have seen a lot of stuff about Nomura's retirement, Kingdom Hearts ending, what crazy future of Kingdom Hearts. There's a lot we're going to be discussing in today's episode of the Datascape. We're doing another live one of these. This will also be, I guess, kind of co-streamed. I don't know if Twitter Spaces are technically streaming, but we're also going to be live on Twitter Spaces in just a minute. I'm literally setting up right now. But hi, chat. How you guys doing? And what's up, Noir? What's going on?
What's going on, everyone? Happy to be doing this. Having a good day today. Hope you all are too.
So today we're basically going to be going over the interview with Noir. Noir just read the interview today. We didn't do this podcast yesterday because Noir was at work and now he isn't. So we're about to go crazy today. We have a lot to talk about. We've been in VC all day talking about Versus 13, Final Fantasy, just a bunch of stuff, looking at Nomura's projects, and just to, I guess, start off with a topic, because we were talking about this a little bit in the Discord VC we were just in an hour ago. We were looking at all the Versus 13 trailers and relating it to Verum Rex, and in the context of Nomura's retirement, I feel like it will be so sad if Nomura goes out, retires, and he isn't able to fully see that project come to fruition. I don't know. I know Verum Rex isn't quite that project coming 100% to fruition, but I hope that at least he gets some sort of closure from that project out of Verum Rex. I don't know. How do you feel about that?
I mean, the idea of Nomura retiring, I talked about this a little bit, tweeting it when the news came out, but the idea of him retiring, it makes me sad, first and foremost. Um, just because obviously he's been a part of Kingdom Hearts since its conception. I've been involved with Kingdom Hearts myself since I was 4, so it's been basically a part of my entire life. And if Kingdom Hearts were to end and he retires, that's one thing. But if Kingdom Hearts were to continue after he retires, I'm not really sure how I feel about that.
I feel like. So what do you mean by if it continues after he retires? Do you not like it continuing after he retires? Do you feel like Disney would mess it up? 'Cause I know that's what a lot of people kind of would think in this situation. They would think that Disney would mess it up, and to be honest, a lot of people compare it to Star Wars. Disney, they don't have the best track record with IPs that aren't 100% theirs. And technically speaking, Kingdom Hearts is 100% their IP. But
I'll say technically they don't have the best track record with even their own IPs.
yeah, I mean, it's a lot. We're live on Twitter Spaces right now, so we're about to do this. So yeah. Anyways, I'm sorry. I just went live with the Twitter space. But so I don't know. I feel like when it comes to I just linked to the Twitter space, by the way, to join. And for anyone else who wants to join the Twitter space, it'll be linked in chat. And for watching the VOD of this, well, I don't know. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say if you're watching the VOD. I'm going to put it up on stream in a second. But yeah, so I feel like when it comes to Nomura's retirement, when it comes to Disney, when it comes to Square Enix, I don't really know if Disney will touch the IP that much afterwards. I mean, we hear about Kingdom Hearts turning into a movie, turning into a show. We've seen all those leaks. We don't know if they're true or not. There was leaks years ago about Kingdom Hearts turning into a movie or show. Basically, at this point, if the plan was for that to happen, it likely got canned or likely went through some sort of development weird stuff because around the same time the Kingdom Hearts leak for that movie happened, the Moana show was a thing, and now the Moana show was turned into, well, Moana 2 now. So it's a little different. Also, let me give Nor access to the space. Okay, I'm just gonna screen share this. Hold on. For those of you who are watching this live, hello everyone coming to the Twitter space. What's good, Neo? What's good, Speedster? Burning. I can't tell what that username is. Is that Burning Babe? I don't know why I can't read like
Burning
the last
Baboon.
part of that name. Huh?
Burning Baboon.
Burning Baboon. I see. Okay. Welcome everyone. We are also live doing this on YouTube as well. So that's what's going on. We're going to be talking about Nomura's retirement, future of Kingdom Hearts, kind of going through the interview a little bit again. Again, for those of you in YouTube chat looking at this, come check it out. Come join the Twitter space. We'll give some of you guys the mic in a minute. But I think I'm okay with Nomura kind of sort of, I don't know, I'm okay with Kingdom Hearts still being a thing after Nomura leaves. Like, I don't want it to be milked like senseless. I don't want it to be milked dry. I don't want it to become one of those IPs that like you don't even recognize it anymore. Like, I expect it to probably be different after Nomura, but as long as it maintains like the soul of what Kingdom Hearts is, as long as it maintains like, I guess, the essence of what Kingdom Hearts has been, I'm okay with them like maybe readapting Kingdom Hearts 1 or doing a movie, doing a show. I don't know how I feel about them doing video games. I think I saw some other content creators talking about how they wouldn't mind if Kingdom Hearts went this sort of like anthology route where maybe we follow a different Keyblade order, like the end, like maybe Nomura's time with Kingdom Hearts is the end of Sora's story, and down the line it becomes a story like maybe surrounding another character, maybe not one of the Guardians of Light, maybe someone completely new, maybe someone thousands of years into the future or the past. I don't know, like
that's what I was thinking.
I'm alright with that,
because I was thinking like if they want to continue Kingdom Hearts following Nomura's retirement, then at the very least when Nomura retires, that's when Sora's story ends, right? Because at that point, it's Nomura was the one that's developing Sora's story. Nomura started Sora's story, so it only makes sense for it to end, like for Sora's story to end with Nomura. But in all honesty, like I'd be fine with Kingdom Hearts continuing if it was another character, like because there are plenty of like shows or other forms of media that do that.
Okay, I'm sorry. It's gonna be really awkward for people watching this on YouTube, but there's gonna be a little pause because I need to make sure you're like heard on the space right quick. So talk right quick on the space.
I just unmuted myself on.
Okay, I'm going to mute you on Discord.
So I should be fine.
All right, there we go. So. All right, so you guys hear Noir now. So Noir's the co-host of the podcast. This is like our first time. I'm sorry it's like a little janky right now. This is our first time doing like the podcast on Twitter Spaces. I should have planned it out a lot better. I was talking about Final Fantasy too much before this.
But so that way I only hear you once, so it's a little delayed.
Wait, what's that? What do you say?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you on the Twitter space. This is not on Discord.
Okay, all right, I was afraid of it being a little delayed.
Nah, it's fine. I'm here. Yeah, sorry. So I think everything's fine. I hear you on the Twitter space. Everything sounds good. Does everyone in the YouTube chat hear Noir on the Twitter space right now? I know his layout looks weird as heck at the moment. I'm gonna go back to the other layout.
Should I mute myself on Discord?
I mean, I'm deafened, so I don't hear you on Discord anyways. It doesn't matter what you do on Discord. All right. But, all right, we're going to go ahead. I'm going to do this. So, I'm going to give my homie Neo side the mic, because I'm sure Neo has a lot to say about this. I only do a Twitter space like once every blue moon. I got to figure out how this works. All right, there. I sent the invite to Neo. We're going to open up the floor to other people in a second. Kingdom Hearts has expanded a lot to this point. I don't think it's impossible for the franchise to expand and evolve past Sora's story. Definitely not impossible. I do think Kingdom Hearts revolves around Sora just a little bit, but like, I think the universe of Kingdom Hearts could definitely go like the Star Wars route, but in a good way. Not like the sequel trilogy. I'm a big Star Wars fan. I love Star Wars. Not a big fan of the sequel trilogy. Yes, I'm one of those fans. I don't like the sequel trilogy at all. I love the prequels. I love some of the shows. And when I say the shows, when some people say they love the Star Wars shows, they're talking about like Mandalorian and stuff. I love Mando, but like, well, I like Mando. I don't know if I love it. I don't know if I love the recent season. Anyways, I love Clone Wars. I like Rebels. I like the cartoons, like Bad Batch, Clone Wars, Rebels, Ahsoka, and anything in like Clone Wars era. I am like a fiend for. I love that part of Star Wars. I want Kingdom Hearts to go the route where like just expand upon what we already have. Don't try to create like a bunch of new lore past Nomura. You know what I mean? Create lore within like the confines of like what Nomura's already created, because there's a lot to explore there. Like for example, I personally would love it if like the scientists, the Radiant Trio, got explored a lot more in Kingdom Hearts. That's something along the lines that I would like really love to see more of in the future. I don't know. I don't know if Nomura's going to do it, but maybe someone else could.
As long as they don't mess with the already established background lore, then I don't think it will be a problem.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Like the Mufasa thing that's about to come out.
Oh, Yaya's in here? Hold up, I didn't even notice Yaya joined.
I think Yaya just joined, or did he?
Hello.
I'm also in here.
Hello.
Hey, there we go. Yo, what's good, Yaya? How's it going?
What's
Welcome.
good?
Welcome
You know
to the
what's
Twitter
funny?
space / YouTube live stream. This has been very jank so far, but we doing
Oh,
it.
okay.
I've never
surprised it
spoken in
works
a
so
Twitter
good.
space before.
It sounds so good from the desktop. It didn't usually work for me. So, hey, how y'all doing, everybody?
What's up?
I'm
Doing good.
fantastic.
I'm chilling. I'm vibing.
All right, can I be honest? So the Kingdom Hearts news yesterday kind of got me sad a little bit. I don't know, out of nowhere reading it, I was like, dang, not my goat. But I mean, like, it happens to everybody, you know. I think the most important thing is I don't think. Well, I don't know where we at in the discussion, but I was just gonna say what I was thinking.
Nah, that's fine.
But-
We kind of just talking. I've been like trying to talk and not
Okay.
just be silent while also like trying to manage the
I have
YouTube
thoughts
space
for the record.
and the Twitter space at once, and I'm like very confused on both ends on what I'm
Oh.
doing.
I didn't even say hi to you guys yet. What's up, Yaya? What's up, Neo?
What's good? What's good?
Hi.
Oh.
No, I definitely have thoughts that I would also like to express, if I may.
Go for it, dude.
Go for it.
Talk. We in the Twitter space for a reason. Len hearing from the community.
So one of the retirement things that I think people are focusing on is them talking about how Kingdom Hearts will end. I think that Nomura is not saying, me personally, from the way I interpret it, he's not saying that he is planning for the series to end. I think he's just trying to write the story in a way that it's not going to go on forever. So it like doesn't just keep spinning its wheels. But also keep in mind that he said, I want to say, will I retire or will I finish the series first? Meaning that's entirely possible that he'll retire before the series is done. So I
Yeah.
don't think there's any doubt that the series will keep going with or without him.
Yeah.
And as long
That's
as it's
for
making
sure.
money, they're going to keep making the games. Why wouldn't they? They're a business.
It's
Yeah,
Disney.
Honestly speaking, I know people put a lot of emphasis on Disney on that. I actually feel like Square Enix would be the first ones to try and do something with KH. Because Disney is not like notorious for trying to do stuff with IP. Like they definitely have a lot of like great like Disney IPs that are just collecting dust. Like one of the do you guys see Treasure Planet anywhere?
Yeah, Birth by Sleep. Sorry, Dream
And
Drop.
Birth by and Dream.
I was about to
where
say,
in Dream
where's my
Drop?
sleep?
We saw a gray model of a ship.
Yeah, that's Treasure Planet. That's the whole movie.
That,
you didn't
so,
see that?
so the last, they're telling me the last Treasure Planet thing we got was a Dream Drop Distance thing in 2012.
Yeah, that is what I'm saying. I never said it was ideal, but it was a Treasure Planet thing.
You're right. So 12 years ago was the last time Disney did something with Treasure Planet, and it didn't even come to fruition. Like honestly, anything post Renaissance era, Disney basically like doesn't touch.
Remember, Kingdom Hearts already has space boats.
I mean,
That's a wild way to describe gummy ships.
I mean,
No,
Captain Hook's
Captain
ship
Hook's.
is yeah, it is a space boat.
It is a space boat. You see it on the gummy map. It literally like shows up in Kingdom Hearts 1 in space. Treasure Planet was already done in 2001 in Kingdom Hearts 1.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm memeing, but I'm also half not memeing. I feel like that's
No,
why
you're
Treasure
not.
Planet as a
That's the
concept.
crazy part.
The Treasure Planet as a concept in Kingdom Hearts sounds really cool until you realize that Kingdom Hearts has already kind of done everything that a Treasure Planet could do.
Yeah.
I came in with the hottest
cannot
hot
argue
take.
your logic. I really can't.
I can't argue with that.
I cannot argue your logic.
This is factual. By the way, everyone, I know we had like a little rough start to the Twitter space a little bit, but if you like, let's try to get everyone in the community in here. So like, if everyone in the Twitter space would like retweet this, share it, post it somewhere, let's get everyone in on this discussion, get as many people as possible in here. We'll hand some of you guys the mics in a little bit. I'm letting the friends speak at the moment. Noir, Yaya, Neo. Let's talk about what you said earlier about the retirement thing. You said that you feel like people are focusing a little too much on how he's ending the series. He doesn't mean that he's ending the series necessarily anytime soon, but rather, excuse me, that's my phone. But you don't mean he's ending the series anytime soon. Rather, you mean that you think he means that he's ending it like just he's preparing for the series to end. Period. Right?
If you're talking to me, I think that if you look at the context of how the question was asked,
Yeah.
It looks more like that was kind of just an offhanded statement that he threw out there. He said that he's making it with an intention of it being. I'm reading the actual interview now. I'm making Kingdom Hearts 4 with the intention of it being a story that leads to the conclusion. Which, given how Kingdom Hearts 1 was, the Dark Seeker saga took 20 years to conclude. So I think it's just that Kingdom Hearts 4 is being written in such a way that it will eventually lead to a conclusion, not necessarily that it's being written as a way to fast track the ending of Kingdom Hearts.
I mean, to be honest, okay, that's kind of up to interpretation at that point, because like I agree with you completely. I don't think that I think the emphasis on certain things is where like the confusion is on that a little bit. So I don't think he's ending the series at 4, but him saying that he's preparing for the ending, like him even having that in mind, is definitely a drastic difference from even after Kingdom Hearts 2, where like he said after Kingdom Hearts 2, they're all making games like Birth by Sleep, Dream Dark, etc. Even after Kingdom Hearts 3, he said after Kingdom Hearts 3, I don't even feel like the story's like done. Like he has a lot of ideas like still after this. I remember him saying like something along those lines, and he's obviously planning a lot more now for retirement and for the series to conclude. And he, like you said, he's like deciding whether the series is going to end with him or if it's going to end, with someone else. And by ending the series, I don't think it necessarily means ending games coming out, because companies got to make money, companies are going to do their thing. Kingdom Hearts is an IP and has some popular characters, and I think someone, whether it's on Square's end or Disney's end, or both, because they both have they both work on it, someone's going to want to make some money with that IP, with Nomura or not. But I think Nomura is debating on whether how he wants his story to conclude. He definitely wants to finish his story with Kingdom Hearts, and I think that's where the topic becomes a little more interesting.
I think it boils down to people not being used to Nomura being so candid, or really any manner of candid. People they just kind of see, oh, Nomura said that? Oh man, it must mean something. When in reality, he's just not usually so open about his thoughts.
Because I'd argue that, to be honest, because he's pretty open about them. He's open about his thoughts after Kingdom Hearts games release more often than not. He just doesn't get interviewed every day. So when he does get interviewed,
we're not used to hearing about Nomura right now.
The last time we in regards to Kingdom Hearts, the last time we got an interview at least of this size, and this wasn't even a big interview. The last time we talked about Kingdom Hearts this much was right after KH4's trailer in that Game Informer interview. He's open when Well, it's hard to say how open he is because obviously, like you never know when the devs is kind of trying to PR you. But Nomura, I'd say he's pretty open about where his mindset is towards things. Especially in the Ultimania interviews, he's very open about his thoughts on the story, thoughts on characters, thoughts on like future series like developments and whatnot. I'm sure there's some things that Square Enix doesn't allow him to talk about, like Versus 13, for example. He doesn't talk much about, which that's something I'm hoping to see. Like when he does retire, like I want to see him just like open up completely about all the Versus 13 stuff.
And also remember, he's still trying to sell Kingdom Hearts games, right? So everything he says, like, I'm not saying take it with a grain of salt, but do take it from a marketing perspective. Because how much of a fervor are people now going to be in thinking, wait, is Kingdom Hearts going to end? How much buzz is it generated? People that don't even care about Kingdom Hearts are now talking about Kingdom Hearts because of this.
Well, yeah, the series.
Yeah.
The main director is planning on retiring. He even said like he even said in a few years potentially, and like
That's scary.
I think it's probably gonna be a little longer than that because game dev time's taken forever. So like we'll see how that it goes because Kingdom Hearts 4 could still be a few years from releasing. Worst case scenario, we're hoping for 2026, but like who knows if it's actually that with the way the gaming industry is going right now.
Well, Tokyo Game Show is coming up pretty soon. And
It is. KH
not
is
to sound like a
confirmed to be there
broken
like usual.
record, but I'm hoping that it does show up just based on the fact that Nomura is now in a position where he is open to talk about Kingdom Hearts, and now he feels like it is an okay time to move forward with discussion and talking about development for games. That there's no talk from him about Missing Link being delayed to 2025, because he would have brought that up in the interview. So the fact that we are only a couple months away at most from Missing Link's release, and since that's true, that means that Missing Link's initial development for release is nearly done, if not already done, meaning that he can put more emphasis and focus on Kingdom Hearts 4's development, since obviously Missing Link will have updates, so he can table that since Kingdom Hearts 4 will be a more pressing concern to get that out.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think like I think it's just because he's never really talked that much about like retirement and until now. And this isn't even a much. This was like one question where he mentioned this, but like the reason a lot of people are shocked by it, or I said in my video, I'm not really shocked by him announcing or talking about retirement. This isn't an official announcement of it. He mentioned that he's thinking about it, but that lets you know that we're nearing like different times with this. Like, yeah, some of our favorite directors are getting old, man. They're getting old. Like retirement age in Japan is 60. Nomura's like 53 right now, I believe.
And this could be a pay play too, because if he says out loud, "Oh, I might retire soon," Square Enix to be like, "Okay, how much money do we have to give you to stop you from retiring?" That's not even a joke.
No, that's legit. I agree with you completely.
That is a thing that exists in companies.
I mean, honestly, because I'm just thinking about how, like, what would happen to move this series in a different direction without Nomura after retiring. And first thought that comes into my mind, make a full-on Kingdom Hearts MMO.
Bro,
I will pray for that till the day I die.
I would love to see Kingdom Hearts explore some other genres. That would be pretty cool. I think right now the story is definitely going to stay, it's going to stay like about the main story, but I would love to see Kingdom Hearts explore some other genres. That would be so sick.
Give me Keyblade Warriors.
Keyblade Warriors. You want a Warriors game?
Yeah, just straight up, just mow down some Heartless.
Yeah.
Or Darklings.
What's funny is in the interview, Nomura talked about Kingdom Hearts 4 technically being considered Kingdom Hearts, 13?
Yeah, I don't know if he was using an exact number there. I feel like he just threw a number out there.
No, I did.
Is
did
it? I know
counting.
it's close. I think KH4 is like the 13th,
It
somewhere
is-
around there.
it's considered 13. So
Also, official
basically,
confirmation: there are no side games.
Oh yeah. Because I remember like BioRoxas had made a video about that recently.
I
But
thought it was regular, Pat.
I was regular.
no, I'm sorry, regular Pat. My mistake. So because I did the counting, so it goes 1 Chain of Memories, 2 358 BBS, Recoded, Dream Drop Distance. Those are the first 7. It's well established. Everyone knows those are the first 7. And then after that, you have, was it Key? And if you count Key and Union Cross as one thing, because it is one continuous story, then that's 1. Then there's also 0.2. There's Kingdom Hearts Dark Road, Kingdom Hearts 3, Melody and Memory. That brings it up to 12. So then, yeah, Kingdom Hearts 4 would be 13.
Well, Noir ran you through it, counted all the games for you.
I did the counting, so no
Did
one
the
else
math.
had to.
You're right. I definitely was not going to do it. I was not about to sit here and count the games. I'm like, okay. All right. So let's talk a little bit more about this interview. So in this interview, Nomura didn't only mention the retirement and the series ending. That's like definitely the thing a lot of people are running with. That's the thing that a lot of people are talking about because it makes you think about it. It makes you think about the idea that, dang, this Kingdom Hearts can end one day. It is a series that can end, even if it's not like, even if Kingdom Hearts goes on past Nomura. Let's be real here. We're going to still consider that the ending to a degree, like for a lot of people. Like when Nomura makes his final game, whether it's KH4, 5, Verum Rex, it's going to be like a big moment. It's going to be a big deal for him, for the community. Like the series is going to be different. It's like George Lucas like leaving Star Wars. Like it's a big deal. So I want to also talk about like how he mentioned, you mentioned this earlier on in the podcast, the foreshadowing that he talked about, how he foreshadowed Kingdom Hearts 1 or Quadratum in Kingdom Hearts 1 with the opening lines that Sora would end up saying, you know, if you have been having these weird thoughts lately. The iconic quote from KH1's opening. So he actually mentioned this in the Kingdom Hearts 1 Ultimania. For a lot of people that may not know, in a section of the Ultimania, a lot of the developers have this section where they talk about things they didn't know or that most people don't know about the Kingdom Hearts series. And the one Nomura did for the very first Kingdom Hearts 1 Ultimania was he said that the opening lines to Kingdom Hearts 1 were actually meant to be said by a different character in the game's ending. And he basically said that we could speculate about who that was supposed to be. And while I'm sure that plot point was just dropped altogether at the time, yeah, I could see nowadays that we know who that person is. It's Yozora. We hear it in the Remind trailer, in Remind itself, in the secret ending. Like, Yozora is that character. And Yozora definitely was not planned to be a character back then. Quadratum wasn't the name of the city back then. But Nomura has definitely always been obsessed with this, like, a fantasy based on reality sort of setting. He wanted, that was the whole premise behind Final Fantasy Versus 13. That was the whole premise behind Final Fantasy Versus 13, and it is now becoming a reestablished premise for, well, Kingdom Hearts.
Honestly, when I read that part of the interview, and it's like, wow, he had some of these concepts in mind since the series started. So 2002, 22 years ago. I'm like, Nomura, you just don't know when to just let things die. You can't just let things go. You have to see something through to the end. I respect that so much, but my God, you are dedicated.
Sorry. Really quickly, just I'm not gonna go into it, but I'm telling you, I well, I'm not fully convinced that he had planned the Quadratum stuff that far ahead of time. I am a little bit biased towards that thought because of the theory that I described to you in the past. Uh, all that does is give me more fuel for that theory.
Oh, that's right. I remember.
In fact, I would argue that it is the closest we've gotten to confirming my theory.
I mean, Nomura, you madman. You confirm theories and also disprove them at the same time.
Oh yeah, 100%. Uh, okay, actually, you know what? I have a little bit of a platform here. I'll just say really quickly. My theory has been for a while that the whole Quadratum is a world of fiction thing. Probably true. I also think it's a red herring. I think Sora's world this whole time has also been a world of fiction. Just one of the worlds of fiction, and
It just
they're
depends
convinced.
on the context, right?
Yeah, they're convinced that theirs is the real world, but in reality, it's not. Quadratum's not. Their world is not. Uh, and I could go even further and say that I think that it might actually be a Square Enix franchise, but that's a bit less. That's a bit more shaky. But genuinely, I don't think Sora's world is quote unquote real.
What I think is that well, I can't. I'm sad that it's coming to an end, but as a friend told me, all good series must come to an end.
Yeah, yeah, it's true. No, but obviously we've
You
been
know,
with the
all
series for so
games
long.
can.
It's sad to see it go.
And a friend told me that Disney makes so much money now that they don't really care about Sora.
Well, the same can be said for a lot of different IPs that Disney has because they know for a fact that they're making billions of dollars every year. So the amount of care that they have to put into a lot of their IPs is not as much as say it was 20 years ago, right? Because
Yeah,
you think about how cheap things were for Disney. They there was a period of time where they weren't really doing so hot. That's why they had the whole like Renaissance era. They were putting a lot of care into all these different movies, and that was gaining a lot of traction from them because they're like, oh, this is a decent company. They're really making good movies. They have good theme parks. They're making good video games. They're making all this care in so many different directions that like people just couldn't help but throw money their way. But now, unless it is a theme park, they're not giving it their full attention like that on a daily basis.
yeah. And my scare is that they'll make it all like a normal Disney thing. I don't know how to put it, but all happy and you know, I I just don't know how to say it.
Oh, like they remove a lot of the darker elements of
Yeah,
Kingdom Hearts.
yeah, yeah,
I would argue that Kingdom Hearts doesn't really. I mean, Kingdom Hearts has darker elements, but there's Disney properties that have dark elements too. So I don't think like a Kingdom Hearts after Nomura would be like overly censored or anything, because I don't think there's that much they would need to censor in the Kingdom Hearts franchise. Honestly, the more risky things or risky themes regarding Kingdom Hearts are probably just now being introduced with like Verum Rex, with Quadratum, this whole afterworld and Sora being dead thing. Those are probably the more like risky elements that they're like playing around with. But even then, I don't think it's that like crazy, because I mean we just watched Coco, and like, well, that's a big like cultural thing for Hispanic culture, like that. Those themes to some people may be like different. I don't see that. Basically, what I'm saying is I don't see that as like I don't see anything Kingdom Hearts does as anything that Disney would think is like
I,
too much or anything.
I just want to throw this out there. It's really easy. A lot of people forget this, that while Nomura is the architect, you know that Nomura is not even the like he's the guy who like everything is run by him. He is not the writer of most Kingdom Hearts games. He is in charge of the writing, but he's not the writer.
He does actually. So I can. Nomura was not the main writer for Kingdom Hearts games from Kingdom Hearts 1 up to 2. For a lot of games after, he did have help. Like for Kingdom Hearts Days, he was not the sole writer for Days. He was not the main scenario writer for Kingdom Hearts 3. But almost all the major plot points of Kingdom Hearts he does do.
Sure, yeah, but he's not the only person doing it. I think that's the misconception.
Nah,
People think that it's
he's not.
Nomura just scribing out everything from beginning to end, not realizing
Nah.
there's an entire team of writers.
Oh no, there's a team of writers, but he definitely does like a lot of it, especially now.
Yeah, he
now
is the
more than
architect.
before, and that's partially because I'm gonna assume it might be some Square Enix stuff with the mobile games, because for the mobile games it was only him and like 2 other animators doing that story.
Yeah, just to put it into perspective, with Kingdom Hearts, obviously the architect plans the building, but construction workers and building crews actually put it together.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes the architect will go on site,
Yeah.
but the
Yeah.
architect is not literally standing out in the sun most of the time.
Right.
I'm not saying he's the only one on the plan. I'm just saying, I don't know who would take over.
I think it'll probably be Tayasu if Nomura is gone. Tayasu's the co-director of the series already. I was of the belief that Nomura was actually like prepping Tayasu to take over the series for when he eventually does retire, which might be sooner rather than later. I don't know if that's actually going to happen. It could be someone completely different, or they could do like again the anthology thing with Kingdom Hearts and bring multiple other people onto Kingdom Hearts and just like trade directors for games like on some Final Fantasy stuff. That wouldn't be as terrible route for Kingdom Hearts to go, but I don't know. They have a lot of options. I'm not too worried about Kingdom Hearts after Nomura, because the way I view it, kind of like with Star Wars, if it's bad, I'm going to ignore it. If it's bad, I'm going to ignore it. I'm a hope. I don't want to do that. I don't want Kingdom Hearts' legacy to be soured by like them milking the product like crazy. But how to describe it? If a future Kingdom Hearts game after Nomura is terrible, or Disney decides to do like some crazy stuff that like ruins the franchise or something, it's not going to ruin Kingdom Hearts 1 through 3 for me, the Dark Seeker saga that I've loved so much, right? So like,
Yeah.
but that's just me. I have that like separation of being able to still enjoy something from before without necessarily having to relate it to like the garbage the future may produce. As a Star Wars fan, that's something I very much so have had to like maintain enjoyment in Star Wars, because I mean, obviously, I'm a Dave Filoni fan when it comes to Star Wars. I love anything Dave Filoni touches for the most part. So I'm a big Clone Wars show. I'm a big Rebels show. Love the Ahsoka show. But of course, I love most of what George Lucas has done. I view Dave Filoni as the successor to George Lucas. But when some of these other directors, other people touch Star Wars, I'm not always the biggest fan of it. But we're not just talking about Star Wars. We're talking about Kingdom Hearts. But if Kingdom Hearts were to go that route, I don't think it will be as bad as what happened with Star Wars, because there's a lot more with Star Wars that went on aside from just, the Disney decided to make bad movies. A lot of really bad stuff happened to lead to that. And with Kingdom Hearts, I think there's a lot of different like things in place that will be cool. And by the way, for the other people in the Twitter space, if you guys want to request to speak, feel free to request to speak if you have anything else you'd like to say or anything you'd like to add, conversations you'd like to start. Open floor for anyone here.
I would like the idea of a new like story, like you said. It just, I don't know. It just wouldn't feel the same. I don't know how to put it.
No, I get what you mean. Like, you're worried about the story just not being the same, not being as like quality as it could be.
Like maybe it's set 100 years into the future where, like, Yu-Gi-Oh, they take another story apart.
Yeah,
There's a ton of stories you could tell in that universe without it necessarily having to be about the main characters.
yeah, for sure. I agree with that completely. All right. So I just gave you access, Deshaun. Hopefully I'm saying your name right. But what's up? How's it going?
What's up, man? I mean, you can call me Dimitri.
Dimitri?
I'm actually a member on your channel.
Yo.
So-
Oh, you're Dimitri. Okay. What's good?
Yeah, Dimitri Sagachikata. That's me. That's me.
You're the one who's like X said I look like J. Cole, right? Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
crazy.
Remember that.
Actually insane. Nah, I'm never gonna forget that.
Like,
I was like,
hi Dimitri. I remember the first time I heard about Kingdom Hearts. It was my brother's birthday, and he wanted the games, and we got them from a friend. And a PS2.
Yeah, that's the first time I played Kingdom Hearts 2. Like, okay, for me, like, okay, I understand, like, what y'all are saying. Like, y'all don't really want Kingdom Hearts to get streamlined, but if it does happen, it's not the worst thing ever, right?
yeah.
So,
As long as I get my
agree with
MMO,
that take.
I'm good.
What'd you say?
As long as I get my MMO, I'm good.
We kind of already had that. I'm not gonna lie.
Do
It was
not,
just for phone.
do not say Union Cross for the MMO.
Do not.
Okay, all right. I didn't know. Hey, my fault.
Nah. We mobile game MMO don't count.
No,
need a
we don't.
All right, okay. If they remake Union Cross as like a PlayStation MMO, okay, I'm on board.
No, PC.
I don't know about PC. I'm not too crazy about PC people. Anywho, right? So I get what y'all are saying because like y'all, I have a very special connection to Kingdom Hearts. It like the first time I played it was at the beginning of my academic journey, and it was that was when I was like in elementary school. And it was there for me at the ending of my high school when I graduated back in like 2019 with Kingdom Hearts 3. I still remember playing it a little bit before my senior thesis presentation, right? So the thing is, right, I fully support them continuing Kingdom Hearts. Just leave Sora and the main crew out of it, okay? There are so many, like, to me, I think so, like Kingdom Hearts is kind of like JoJo, because you can tell so many stories, or even like Star Wars, you can tell so many stories in those universes and have it not be about like a JoJo or a Skywalker, and still have it be a good story, even if it's like just isolated stories.
I completely agree.
Right, because like there's hear me out on this, right? What if Sora does what he does in this next saga, this next little trilogy, and it sparks the birth of new light, like everywhere across the galaxy and across the dimensions, and boom, Kingdom Hearts MMO.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be down. Shoot, I want Kingdom Hearts to expand on the IP more. I love Sora. I love these characters. Sora's my favorite character in fiction, period. But I'm totally down for Kingdom Hearts to like expand its property as a whole and like do MMOs, do fighting games, do Warriors games, like Neo said. Like, I think, how to describe it? I know a lot of people have fear for Kingdom Hearts after Nomura, and I do too. Because this series has been so special to me for so long, and Nomura, as long as I've been alive, longer than I've been alive, has been at the charge of it, and not just with Kingdom Hearts, but with games like Final Fantasy VII, Final Fantasy VIII. He's been at Square Enix since Final Fantasy IV, so it is time for Nomura, or not like it. Nomura deserves his break. He deserves his rest. He deserves to enjoy life and not like have to clock in at the Square Enix office, every day or however often he's doing it. Probably every day with how many games they be putting him on. Homie's working on like all their AAA titles half the time. Like,
Facts.
I don't know. Like I want him to be able to end Kingdom Hearts on a good note, and even if that's not the full ending of like the franchise period, I want like him to be able to say goodbye to Sora, say goodbye to all his characters, and like him being in charge of those characters. I want him to be able to have that like conclusive ending that a lot of us have probably been wanting out of Kingdom Hearts since Kingdom Hearts 2, since the series conception as a whole. But even with that being said, I think, and this is kind of this is where like my personal like feelings and like values, I guess, come into play. I believe that like with how media impacts people, one of the reasons artists, creators create is not just because we want, what we create to be perfect, or because we want to express ourselves, but also for like the consumer to like be able to relate for the consumer to be able to find comfort in. And I think other people can use Nomura's characters or can like expand on his vision, expand on his story to bring Kingdom Hearts to audiences, generations even after us. Similar to how, some of us probably, even if they're not like franchises necessarily like anymore, some of us probably got into certain franchises or media off of remakes, off of remasters, rather than like the original products themselves. I know there's a decent amount of Kingdom Hearts fans who might have never gotten into Kingdom Hearts if it wasn't for 1.5, 2.5, or like, I don't know, like certain remakes of games. Probably people who wouldn't have gone into Final Fantasy 7 if it wasn't for 7 Remake. Like, I think there's a value, there's importance in keeping those characters, those IPs alive, but not necessarily milking them just for the sake of money. I think there's a different type of like, I guess there's a flip side to that coin, in where you keep the message, you keep the character, you keep what they mean alive for future generations. That's truly what I believe with characters like Sora, characters like Kairi, Riku, Roxas, Days Trio, Wayfinder Trio, just Kingdom Hearts cast as a whole. I want them to like, I want the effect they had on me to also happen and be able to happen to other people. I don't want Kingdom Hearts to be one of those IPs where it ends and it just disappears for 20 years. Like, freaking look at Jack and Daxter fans right now. Like, the biggest reference we can get is freaking like Astrobot. Like, aside from that, new gamers don't know about Jack and Daxter. This sucks. I don't want Kingdom Hearts to be one of those. I don't think it will, but I just don't want that to happen.
Well, I think a way around that would actually be, because remember with the idea that I just posed about like the post-trilogy bringing in the new dandelions, basically. Because we already sort of had a situation like that where the dandelions of past, the new light of past, helped Sora out in his most dire moment in Kingdom Hearts 3, right? Yep. So what could happen, what they could do is they could, in the newer games, I'm talking post-trilogy, is constantly reference the events of Kingdom Hearts games of past, and have those characters that we were introduced originally, not just Sora, like Donald, Goofy, Riku, and Kairi, but even Roxas, Lee, Xion, and the Wayfinder trio, have them be the major players that the new Dandelions reference in their new teachings, in the way even they strategize how to take out major darkness bosses or whatever. That could be a way, because you gotta understand, bro, like, I get what you're saying, because you want them, like, the newer people to have a relationship like with Sora, Donald, Goofy, Riku, Kairi, and them.
Not necessarily.
And everything.
Just like, it doesn't have to be those characters, but just like the message of what Kingdom Hearts is. Because like I don't just get those messages from Sora, Riku, and Kairi or those characters, but like I agree with what they're saying. I think like you could definitely do a new trilogy, explore some new characters. I'm cool with that. This is
Okay, what I'm advocating for is for them to do it in a safe way that does not because if let's say this does get streamlined, I would want them to do it in a safe way that does not disrespect the original character arcs of the OG players, right?
Yeah.
We do not want a Star Wars on our hands. Okay, we do not.
Yeah.
We don't even want a Marvel on our hands. We don't need that.
Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly. So, all right, for this segment of the podcast, I just want to do like closing statements, like just about Nomura, the retirement, future of Kingdom Hearts. Just even though we're probably years away from Nomura retiring, like he says a few years, I'm thinking 3 to 10. I'm not saying 3 to 10 as in he needs to work for another 10 years. I'm saying that because of the state of the gaming industry. If Kingdom Hearts 4 has already been in development for maybe 4 years. Like if we assume Kingdom Hearts 4 started development like maybe after Remind or after Melody of Memory, it's been around 4 years. And if that game's not coming out to 2026, that'll be a 6-year dev time, 5 to 6 year dev time. So like. Let's say we get Verum Rex after that, and then we get a Kingdom Hearts 5, or let's say we just go straight to Kingdom Hearts 5. It might be another decade for real until Kingdom Hearts actually ends and we actually see that. Maybe what Nomura does is maybe he writes the story and hands it off to like someone else to just create and finish. That might be the best route for him to retire early. To write the story down and then give it to someone else to like just follow like the Bible later. But I don't know. Well, how do you guys feel about that? Sorry for my tangent. Any closing statements from the speakers at the moment?
Okay, remind me of the prompt again. You were just talking about dev time, and that's really what I was just going to touch on. But just in case I misheard anything else, what's the statement that you want us to respond to?
Oh, I mean, it doesn't have to be anything super specific. Just like Nomura's retirement, future of Kingdom Hearts. Like how we feeling?
Okay, cool. I'll go first, and then I'll get out your hair.
Okay.
So here's the thing. With the dev time that you just mentioned, here's the thing. I want to hear y'all thoughts on this as y'all close, too. How would y'all feel about, like, a lower-budget Kingdom Hearts game?
I'm cool with
I mean, I'm not
welcome
talking
it
about
because I
using
care more about the
anything.
story.
What'd you say?
I would welcome it because I care more about the story.
Okay, because what I don't want to happen is for us to like have like super big gaps and then like the hype of the new fans dies down and then like we're just being drip fed like we are now. I really don't want this for the fandom because it's just weird. It's just weird to me because there's other ways that they can develop the story post trilogy that I guess they can use that as an excuse to establish the new universe of Dandelions and the new worlds that they would go to.
Yeah.
So my little statement, I think at the end of the day, Kingdom Hearts isn't actually going anywhere anytime soon. I think the time scales that we need to be worried about for Kingdom Hearts going anywhere, it's going to be the entire gaming industry kind of falling apart because it's a pretty big staple series. Even if Nomura retires, even if they end the story as it is, it will continue to exist in some form. They might make spin-offs. They might make games that with a completely different, weird story. Nomura may retire. He will eventually retire. It's inevitable. It's going to happen. I don't think that the stuff he's working on, as long as it's making the companies working on the money, it's gonna keep going. Even if the creator leaves, look how many franchises in all forms of media still exist despite their original creators leaving or dying. Look at Watchmen. I know it's a weird comparison. Look at the
You're
Watchmen
right.
franchise. Miller, the guy who made Watchmen, has had zero involvement and actually has basically denounced anything that he didn't make Watchmen related. And yet, Watchmen is still pretty huge for all the new stuff that comes out with zero involvement. In fact, almost negative involvement. He wishes people wouldn't make stuff, but people are still making things. And people are enjoying those things that are being made. So I think it's more of a situation of it's going to be different and weird, but Kingdom Hearts isn't going anywhere. That's my closing statement.
I just want to say this. I do feel like when it comes to the future of Kingdom Hearts, is like everybody has been saying, I don't think Kingdom Hearts will ever truly disappear or go away because of how staple it is, not only to Disney but to Square at the same time. I do think when it comes to Kingdom Hearts, before he leave, he got to give us this Kingdom Hearts fighter, man. He can't just like
Bro, for real.
he can't just like bro, like at this point I don't even care what it is. I just need to see it in fruition. Like, just let me see a prototype. At least let me cry if it don't come true. You know,
Fucking
like,
Cage fighting game low-key is more likely after Nomura leaves, weirdly enough.
yeah,
Give me the fighting game. Give me the MMO. Give me the racing Kingdom cards. Give me Kingdom cards. Okay.
yeah. We need all that, all of that. But that's all I have to say.
Alright. That's all you know are.
Honestly, just based on everything I've heard today and everything I've read, I think it's just best to not jump to conclusions for myself. I won't do that, and I'll just kind of play things by ear. We'll see if the series really continues or it gets streamlined, like was being talked about earlier after Nomura's retirement. And honestly, as long as my story is established and concluded, and then if you want to continue it, not mess with my story and lore afterwards, do whatever you want.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So mine, even though I kind of sort of did one, but mine plus the ending of the podcast. So for starters, I want to say thank you to everyone who came out to the Twitter space, who came out to the live stream on YouTube. Thank you guys for chatting, for talking. I appreciate you guys coming out. Shout out to Yaya, Neo, Deshaun, Dimitri, and Sonic for talking, for being speakers on the Twitter space. I'm gonna try to do more Twitter space podcasts. I know this was a little janky, but I talked about how I want to do more Twitter spaces, do more like community stuff, bring speakers in. Eventually, once we create the new Discord server, we're going to shift this type of podcast over to the Discord and do like Discord host and speakers and stuff. But this was a lot of fun. I learned a lot, and I want to make it clear, I do not. So okay, in terms of my feelings, when I say Kingdom Hearts is ending, I don't necessarily mean I think Kingdom Hearts is going to never be seen again. Even though that was a topic we talked about, I don't actually think that's going to happen. I think Kingdom Hearts will continue in some capacity after Nomura. It might take a little bit of a break. It may not be the same series. It may be Kingdom Hearts freaking Key 2. I don't know. It might be some different title. It might be like some Keyblade Legacy type stuff. I don't know what they do. They might do some lore expansion stuff, like how Star Wars has like their whole High Republic, Old Republic, all these different eras of Star Wars. They might do that for Kingdom Hearts. I know we've had a lot of Star Wars talks in this podcast. I need to talk about Star Wars more on the channel in some capacity. But yeah, when I say Kingdom Hearts is going to end, I don't necessarily mean I think the series is going to like just die out. I think the series is going to still continue in some capacity. The IP will remain alive, but it's more so how it remains alive, which I think is more so what people are concerned about. They don't want Disney to milk it. They don't want Square Enix even to milk it and make it something that is not supposed to be. We want the IP to like be what it is now. What this discussion is surrounding, it comes from a place of like love and care and appreciation for the Kingdom Hearts franchise as a whole. And not to say if they make some new product that maybe we don't like, other people can't like it, like what Neil said with the Watchdog comment. We just want Kingdom Hearts to like still mean as much to future generations as it does us. Worst case scenario, Kingdom Hearts does get changed beyond recognition, and his name gets kind of dragged through the dirt. Some people already drag Kingdom Hearts' name through the dirt. Some people have even talked about being excited that Nomura is leaving because of, like, you know, people obviously don't like the writing for Kingdom Hearts. Some people don't. I love it. Noir loves it. We love the theories, love the talks, but we just want Kingdom Hearts to still be Kingdom Hearts after Nomura. And whoever is the successor, whoever makes Kingdom Hearts, whoever decides to keep the IP alive, whether it's through a Disney park, whether it's through anything, any form of media, keep the soul of Kingdom Hearts there. But yeah, that's kind of my closing statement. I kind of wish we talked a little bit more about the interview in this podcast. We talked a lot about the ending and retirement stuff, but you know, we have a lot of time, and we have a lot of time until Nomura is out. Probably like 3 more games, which for us might be another 15 years. I'm gonna make the joke, but anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Prodigy.
Oh, I'm Noir Little Bomber.
Noir forgot to do the thing, man. You forgot to do the thing, man. Let me stop. All right. Anyways, thank you guys so much for coming out.